What's up? It's your girl Rebel, aka The Voice, and I'm back with another episode of the reality recap. So tonight, honey, we are gathered here tonight to cover the Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part 1. Okay? Now, I have been watching I'm not just jumping on to do the reunion. I have been watching the Housewives of Potomac, throughout all the seasons. And let me admit that at first, I watched season 1 and then a little piece of season 2. And then I didn't, I stopped watching it from there for whatever reason. And then through the years, kind of lost touch with it until that situation happened with Monique and, her reunion where she pulled out that binder child and read everybody for filth. So when I saw that made me say, oh, okay. So I went back and I started watching it all again, started from the beginning and just stayed with it. Right. So I'm here. This is the season 7 reunion part 1. It looks like tonight Ashley Ashley and Mia are the ones in the hot seat. They're talking to Ashley about, her breaking up with that dude Luke and talking about her and the divorce settlement with her and Michael. And then Mia, they're talking to Mia about her and Gordon and how they kind of their business stuff, their financial situation and how their business stuff kind of went to the left. So it's those two girls tonight. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. It's your girl Rebel, aka The Voice. And this is the Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 reunion part 1. Let's go. So Andy is the ladies arrive. They're there at 5 something in the morning, and so as they're getting ready, Andy's going room to room, dressing room to dressing room to ask them questions about their appearances tonight. So he's asking Karen, he's like, do you think Charisse deserves to be here? And Karen is like, yeah, I think Charisse deserves to be here. And she's batting her eyes because she knows, even though they're not covering it tonight, but she knows that she's gonna have to sit in that thing and answer to that thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Because I want to know. It got ugly. I want to know. So let's keep going. When asked, what she's here to clear up, Mia says, honey, all of the above, check, all of those things. She gonna clear it all up. So let's go. Mia is being covered tonight. So let's go, Mia. Gizelle and Robin, sharing a little space, no surprise there. But he asks Robin, ask both of them really, are they nervous about anything tonight? Gizelle is like, no, because, Gizelle didn't really have much of anything going on this season. She was kind of like, just there for her usual messy little comments and stuff. She didn't really have a story. But Robin was like, no, I'm not nervous. And I'm looking at her like, I think you might want to be a little bit nervous. Andy asks her if Juan is there. And of course, she's like, oh, no, he has to work. And he's like, what? And Andy is like, of course he is. the shade. But of course he is. Like, Juan wasn't going to show up. Juan was not going to show up to talk about none of this stuff. Let's keep going. Candiace can't wait for Chris to come up and speak his piece about all this nonsense that they were trying to accuse him of this season. That was, I couldn't stand that. And then she gives Andy a shirt that says, not today, Satan, not today, neck, not today, ankles. You gotta love Candiace. You got to. So they arrive on set. They are all given. They arrive on set with the blue dresses. They're all given. They all look really beautiful, I have my favorites, in terms of the dresses and everything, and I have my least favorite. Gizelle is my least favorite. She looks really pretty as usual, but her dress is just a lot of cloth for me. It's real clothy. It looks hot. I don't know. I'm fanning myself just looking at it. Like, I would need like some kind of more air on my skin or something. But they all look beautiful, They really do. Robin looks nervous as F. Nervous AF. She just doesn't look comfortable. But the seating is okay, interesting. So Karen is to the left of Andy as you're looking at your TV. She's to the left of Andy, and Gizelle is to the right of Andy. I understand Karen sitting there, but not sure how Gizelle got that seat. I don't know. I gotta hear something, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know. But anyway, so they're on set. Let's go. Let's keep going. Yo, Andy's going around the couch, and he gets to Robin. He says, "Oh, so you're married now?" And she's like, "Yes, I'm married, second time around." It's Karen's face for me. Listen, they go to Karen, and she's like, her face all scrunched up. Then she starts yawning. It's all of that for me. Cause come on, Robin, come on. I'm just saying. Wait a minute. Not Ashley. Oh God, not Ashley telling everybody that Gizelle done put the trap out for the dude, the younger dude. Yeah. Okay, Gizelle. Okay, girl. Not this is so funny. Not Candiace with the Cookie Monster homage as a get back for the quote unquote Sesame Street character who tried to comfort her husband. Too funny. Okay, so Andy just explained the seating. So he said it has to do more so with, if I know that certain people are not getting along, I'm just not going to put them next to each other. So it kind of makes sense because I was looking at it like, a little bit. So, okay, there's that. And then we get right into Ashley. Let's go. So now Ashley, Michael, so she says, okay, so let me start off and say this. We start off with Ashley. She's looking beautiful with her little side part under bob. Her skin is all aglow. She looks, amazing. She's showing lots of skin all lubed up. It's all lubed up. She looks great. So she's talking and she's explaining that Michael has a key to the house and because of the kids and something, and everybody was like, what? Girl, now what now? It's weird because I understand they have kids and everything, but it's just weird. It seems like she's having a really hard time, like just because you never completely separate from somebody when you have to co-parent, but there's still levels of separation, and I feel like she's still trying to hold on in some kind of way. So I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. The separation anxiety, I think that's a real thing, but that's what it's given. That's what it's giving, child. The key thing, I don't know about that. Okay. And she broke up with Luke because she said Luke just couldn't take the situation between, her and Michael. It was a little too much. It was a little too close, right? It's giving no boundaries from his point of view, from Luke's point of view, because Ashley said, one night, Michael had the kids. He was supposed to bring the kids back on Monday, but he brought them back on Sunday while Luke was still visiting, and then Luke had to just pack his stuff and leave because she didn't want to expose her kids to them, because at that point, she and Luke had just started dating. It had only been like a month. So, she was like, out of respect. And I get that. I respect that. So he couldn't take it. And so she said that was how that went. And so now we moving on to her talking about her and Michael and the financial situation. She's about to explain why she just didn't come off the way she thought she was going to come off, and I think the way that all of us thought that she was going to come off, because that looked like a come up for sure. But I'm just saying. Okay, so let me that was a lot to digest right there. That quick little segment. So Ashley is talking about how the divorce just didn't work out. The settlement, the money she thought, she thought she was gonna have a better, be in a better financial place. Well, let me say this: she thought she would be receiving, probably way more than the way this situation pans out, because she said, because of the prenup, there's something in there where, his money is his money, and anything he invested in, that's still his money. Girl, he tricked your ass. He tricked your. See, the thing about this, when I watch Ashley, right, and it's none of our business, but because she's on this show, she has to talk about this stuff, right? And so my thing is, I'm watching her, and by the way, she says, I'm not getting alimony. Child, he got you real good. But I'm watching her, and as people are asking her questions, she just seems like, I'm looking at her like, well, who was your damn lawyer? Like, who was your lawyer? It just doesn't seem fair. And I'm like, I hope she found her own lawyer and not someone that Michael told her to to represent her. It's looking weird to me. It's giving, everything is in his favor. Like, it's like she got had. Like, it's crazy. Like, damn, Ashley, damn, you put in work too with him. Girl, damn. Let's keep going. Not me is saying she needed another kid. she whispered that to Robin. She needed another kid, child. Look at now. Look, I ain't saying she a gold digger. Girl, let's move on, child. Let's move on. Okay. Now, that was a moment between Candiace and Ashley about that whole. Candiace, jumped in and said, excuse y'all. I just want to say, back when, when Candiace was living in that home in Potomac, that her mom was paying for, everybody was like, all over that, kind of mad. Oh, you just calling her little girl, calling her, oh, you mommy's little girl, oh, mommy this, just kind of antagonizing her about the fact that, her mom was holding her down. Or hold on, let me correct myself, child, because the way that Candiace said it was, they were antagonizing her because of her generational wealth. Okay, don't play about her generational wealth. Okay, so she's like, yeah, I got what I got, and everybody was holding, I was held down, and everybody was talking about, especially, she said, especially you, Ashley. Ashley was really vocal about, the fact that, her, Candiace's mom was helping her out in so many ways, holding her down almost like 100%. And so now the tables have turned. Oh, how the pendulum swings. Oh, how the pendulum swings. And so now it's like Ashley's in the seat of being taken care of. And, Candiace points that out, like, honey, that house you live in, the stuff that you got, you would not be able to afford that without Michael. So here you go, pointing the finger at me, but you're there. Now you're there, and it is what it is. It is. I mean, Ashley couldn't even say nothing. She was just kind of like, yeah, you're right, because you can't, there's no argument for that. But it's just funny how, when people see people in situations, that's why you don't do that, because you never know when the shit gonna swing around. You never know what might happen. So don't make fun of people when you are better than them, or you quote unquote feel like you're better than them or doing better than them. Don't look down on folks, because you never know, you might find yourself in that situation. All right. But anyway, moving on. And so to wrap up Ashley's segment, or her the focus being on her, bottom line is this, she's keeping the Darby last name. She says she's doing that for the kids. Everybody's gonna have the same last name. She's doing that. And she says, most importantly, she wants everybody to know that Michael is a good father. Michael's a good dad to the kids. She's keeping the last name. They co-parent healthily, quote unquote, healthily in her words. And, everything is good. It's all good. And as far as she's concerned, I just, I'm happy for her that it's all good. I'm glad she's got the co-parenting thing and it's all working out. But I just wish that her money situation would have worked out better. I feel like, she stuck under him too close and he took advantage of that. She got, in my opinion. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on. We about to jump on to Mia. Let's see what she's talking about. Let's keep going. Okay, sidebar. I know we're about to move to Mia, but every time they show Karen, the lace on her dress is so raggedy. Why? Her stylist, son, first of all, it's too big. Like it looks like skin sagging. That's a problem. You would never want that as a woman, let alone the vision of that when that's not even the case, right? But then it looks like he cut it with one of those razor things that you use for your eyebrows. Child. It ain't right. It ain't right. Karen looks beautiful, but damn, that lace on her dress, it ain't right, child. It ain't right. Anyway, let's go back to Mia. Sorry, I just had to say that. And by the way, y'all, Mia's talking about, her illness and, her diagnoses and, those things. I'm skipping over that part specifically because on purpose, because I just don't like talking about people's health. I just think that's, I have my boundaries when it comes to talking about certain things. But the topic of the implants, causing issues with sarcoidosis and other issues like lupus and things like that. I have seen that, as I have seen stories about that. I've seen medical information about that. So I know that's a real thing. But I'm glad she's okay, and I'm just gonna skip over all the talk about her personal health. All right, moving on. Lord. Okay, newsflash. Leave Wendy alone. Do not come for Wendy unless she sends for you. Okay? Y'all know how that saying goes. Leave Wendy. Y'all gonna leave Wendy alone. Miss PhD, child, she is she got some comebacks. So she just put Mia in her place about talking about so my husband, cause okay, let me give you the quick story. Wendy had kidney stones. She was in the hospital, and her husband was there with her. He was recording her, and she was like posting that stuff or whatever. It was on the show. And then Mia tries to say, so if I had an opportunistic husband, to record me everywhere, I would do it too. And Wendy had to check her like, opportunist, no ma'am. He's there because he's my husband and he cares. And then maybe your husband or your next husband in the next life will do the same thing. Something like that. But just like, child, the way, girl, child, Wendy. Okay, Wendy. Like I said, y'all gonna leave Wendy alone. Y'all gonna leave her the hell alone. Okay? I just had to stop. Mia, Mia. Now Mia, she is getting tripped up left and right, trying to explain her way out of, the fact that her and Gordon got voted out of their business situations, their ownership in all of those joint chiropractic businesses that they had. So, on the couches are all these educated women, and so they are, pretty business savvy, for the most part, and they are just raising eyebrows left and right. Like, wait a minute, hold up, the red flags everywhere, child. Every time she says something, somebody's like, "What? That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like everybody is just like questioning everything she's saying and saying that like none of it. From a business standpoint, it just doesn't work that way. It's just looking bad, child. Let's keep going. It's looking bad, Mia. I don't know, child. But let's keep going. But wait, Gizelle got to jump in with her messy self, talking about, wait, it's giving. This whole thing, Mia, is giving embezzlement. Like, what's good with that? This is what Gizelle is saying. She's like, why did they kick y'all out of this situation? Were they not happy with the way y'all was spending the money? Was that part looking funny? Like, what was going on? What was really going on? And so Gizelle, Gizelle. Now, Gizelle. Now, well, that's what she does, but let's keep going. Let's see what Mia has to say about that. So, to sum up Mia's focused segment, her and Gordon are scaling back. They had like all these different rental properties, and now they're getting rid of all of those because she said money's not coming in, so they're just scaling down, kind of just chilling right now. They're still, they're together, they're happy, they're still a family and everything. They just chilling and on the extra expenses. They just reeling it on in for now. So that's her thing. We moving on. Looks like they about to talk to Candiace and Gizelle about this situation with Chris, which is child. All right, let's see what this is about. Let's keep going. So we're getting towards the end, and now that we're done with Mia, looks like we are shifting to Candiace and Gizelle and that situation with Chris. I just feel like in this case, I don't know, it's just weird. They're talking about it. So it looks like Gizelle pulls out this her quote unquote receipts, and she reads a DM that she says Chris sent her right after they wrapped season 7. And in the message it says a lot of different things, but he's saying basically, if I did anything to make you feel uncomfortable, then I'm sorry. Okay, he said that. So Gizelle took that as, okay, here we go, y'all. See, now he said it. He apologized. He did what he did, just like I said, and he apologized for it. Now let's move on. However, Candiace, quickly checked her. And so did Andy, because they were both like, hold up, that wasn't an admission, right? Candiace is like, first of all, Chris sent that message before they even saw, the whole season, after all the edits and all that stuff was done. So they hadn't heard, in Candiace's own words, the quote unquote egregious things that Gizelle was saying about, Chris and the position that he supposedly had put her in, to make her feel uncomfortable. I just don't like none of this stuff. It's weird. I just don't like any of it. I don't know. I just didn't see. I don't know. I don't want to like discount Gizelle's feelings, but however, it's just giving you messing with people's families. Like, stop. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm just saying. It's weird. It's weird because I don't see where it happened. I don't see any of the things that that she's saying. So it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And again, it doesn't mean that she didn't receive it that way. But I'm just looking at other things that they've been accusing Chris of this season, trying to come for that family, and he was doing none of the sorts. So he's not Chris doesn't give me creepy vibes like he would be that much of a creep to try to get at Gizelle when she's a cast member, and he knows how messy she is. So it ain't like he would ever get away with doing anything with this lady. He knows that, So I just, I don't know. I just don't like none of this stuff that's happening with the things that they were trying to accuse Chris of. I'm not with it. I ain't with it. Anyway, let's keep going. Hold on. And let me go back before we move on. Even Robin, her bestie, her pea in the pod, her Wonder Twin green-eyed bandit power, even Robin was side-eyeing the situation. Even Robin was like, Gizelle. So, it's just, it ain't just me. It's giving, you going too far. It's giving, put your ego down and stop doing the most, when it comes to people's families. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that. It's giving that. And again, Robin even sees it. Robin sees through it. She's like, Gizelle, you bugging. You're wilding. And I agree. See, now, and I got to say this, Gizelle is like, she's apologizing for saying Many men have tried to holler at me, and they get in my DMs, and I think Chris was getting in my DMs just to see if I was with it. And then she's now tonight apologizing for saying that, because she's saying, "Oh, I took it too far with it." See, and that's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying. Like to take this thing and to play with Candiace's family like this, when good and damn well Chris ain't. He's a man, but damn, could he be that dumb to sit up there and try to see if, quote unquote, see if you're with it, see if you with it, right? When he knows good and well that you are messy, he could never get away with it. First thing you're gonna do is run to the damn producers with the story, right? And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. I think Chris knows better than that. He is Candiace's husband, for God's sake. So he knows better than that. So I just can't get with it. And again, like I said, Robin sees it. Candiace sees it. I think Andy even sees this shit. It's just like, come on, Gizelle. You're playing games with people's families, and I just can't respect that. That's whack. Period. But let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. Hold on. And Candiace tells Gizelle, take your apology for all of this. Take your apology and shove it up your ass. Dead ass. And you know what? Those are my sentiments exactly. Get out of here. Nah. Get out of here. Let's keep going, child. Let's keep going. So that's pretty much it. The episode continues. This is the last segment. Candiace and Gizelle continue the feud about the situation with Chris. I mean, I'm definitely Team Candiace on this. The feud is going to continue into part 2, which takes place next week. So, let it keep going from there, because tonight it's no resolution. Gizelle just don't see it. She still feels like, he tried me. Child, bye. So next week, part 2 of the reunion continues. And next week in the hot seat again, well, like I said, Candiace and Gizelle going to continue their situation. It looks like Wendy and Mia are going to talk about that whole blowout that they had, where Mia was throwing drinks and throwing bags and swinging on on Wendy. It got a little crazy. And then this is the part that's going to be weird for me, because Mia and Jacqueline kind of going to go at it, right? And then these are the ones that were supposed to be the quote unquote friends. And if you, something that I said when I was covering another reality show, I said the way that people use the word friend on here is on these shows it's just incredible to me, because Mia and this girl are supposed to be friends and supposed to be homies from way back, but here they are sitting up here. Jacqueline comes on saying, well, yeah, you tried to call me out, but guess what, I got receipts. And then Mia says, well, I got receipts too. So I mean, while the reality TV viewer in me is like, okay, they got receipts, what's gonna be said, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I'm kind of looking at both of them like, child, both of y'all need to have several damn seats. Neither one of y'all need to be pulling out receipts on the other when y'all are supposed to be damn friends. I mean, Monique, when she pulled out that binder child and went after all them Gizelle and whoever was in there, wasn't none of them her friends. She didn't pull it out and go in on somebody on the show that was supposed to be her homie, like Ashley or whatever. But the thing is, to see them sit there talking about they both have receipts and they just gonna be spilling each other's personal business. I mean, for a check, I cannot get with that on a real level. Outside of this reality TV stuff, that I could never ever get with no shit like that, and stuff like that is the reason why I have trust issues with people when I see stuff like that. It's just crazy to me. All right, cousins. So that's it for tonight. This was the reality recap with your girl Rebel, aka The Voice. This was the Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part 1. Part 2 coming up next week. I'm looking forward to it, but really, honestly, I'm looking forward to part 3 because I really want to hear. I just can't wait for Karen to be in that hot seat and have to answer for all them things, child, all them things. Dirty bird. Karen. Child. All right, so anyway, so what did y'all think about tonight's episode? I mean, get down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the dresses. Let's talk about the fashion. Let's talk about the attitudes, the eye rolling. Let's talk about the situation with Mia and her, her husband, of the finances. Is she the way she was tripping up when she was talking about the stuff? I mean, do y'all believe her? Is she telling the truth? Whose side are y'all on? Is it Team Gizelle or Team Candiace when it comes to the situation with Gizelle and Chris? How would you rate this episode, scale of 1 to 10? I give it like a 6, a warm 6. It was all right. It wasn't like everything, but they don't start off with the big stuff. They save that for the end of part 2 into part 3, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, that's it. Leave your comments down below. If there's other shows that you want me to cover, leave that down below as well. Go ahead and like the video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my recaps, because you want to get all this work. You know what I'm saying? All this work. You want to get all of it. You want to get all these recaps so we can talk about it, y'all, because I like to talk. So that's it, cousins. It's your girl Rebel, aka The Voice. And that's it for tonight. I'll be back next week with part 2. All right? I'll be back.